In this generation, we don't bow to grammar, they bow to power. This generation has no respect for lecturers, they have less respect for demonstrators. Am I talking to somebody? Paul said, I did not come to you with the tiny words of man's wisdom, but with demonstration of the Spirit and power. Between today and tomorrow, with your eyes, you will see the power of God. I said, with your eyes, you will see the power of God. If you want to mess up opposition, mess up confrontation, if you want to mess up the challenges of life, you must develop confidence to face the battle. When David met Goliath, Goliath did not bother about the size of David. The panic Goliath had was the confidence of David. When David displayed so much confidence, Goliath was shocked. When Abraham fought 5 kings, one man, Abraham was not a warrior, Abraham was a shepherd. When a shepherd begins to dive into a profession that is not his specialty, he fought 5 warriors. What gave him victory? It was confidence. In the battles of life, if you must come out victorious, then you must understand the place of confidence in the battles of destiny. In Psalm 27 verse 3, the psalmist said, he said, one thing about the desire of the Lord, and in this will I be confident. In Philippians chapter 1 verse 6, he said, being confident of this one thing, that he that begun a good work, he shall complete it unto the day of Jesus Christ. In Hebrews chapter 10 verse 35, he said, cast not away your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. Am I talking to somebody here? Am I talking to somebody here? Let me tell 5 people, you need confidence. 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 Confidence is the seal of victory. Confidence is the seal of victory. Confidence is the seal of victory. Especially when you are walking with God. When you place your heart in God. In Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 26, he said, the Lord shall be thy confidence. In Isaiah chapter 30, if you read from verse 15, he said, in quietness shall be thy confidence and thy strength. What does that tell you? Confidence is strength. Once you are confident, you draw strength. Am I talking to somebody here? The reason you've lost battles of life is because you lose confidence. When doctors give a person a report and the person looks at the doctor and says, doctor, this cancer can't kill me, this tumor can't swallow me, this fibroid can't take my life. What is speaking is confidence. When somebody walks into this kind of program and they told you have HIV, you have tumor, you have hepatitis, and you look at yourself and say, as I'm walking out of the house, I know I'm not going back home with this sickness. What is welling up is confidence. And I'm going to show you some confidence boosters that boost a man's confidence. Any battle that has been precedent in your life up until now, every mountain, every high water that has been in your life before now, by reason of this encounter today, that battle ends forever. That your amen is not a good one. That battle ends forever. You see, in life, things don't change with time. Things change with action. Stop saying with time things will be better. There's nowhere that things get better with time. If you allow time to drag on, the only thing you add to your age is experience. Hear me. Things don't change with time. There was a man called Jonah. Jonah was in a ship, and the ship was going to Tarshish. God had sent him to Nineveh, but the ship was going to Tarshish, and because he was disobeying God, a storm arose against the ship. As the storm rose against the ship, all the mariners, those that owned the ship, began to throw away their investments. They throw away their goods. They throw away their money. They throw away all they had. And after they did that, they discovered there is one man who is not around us. They saw him there, and they discovered he was at fault, and they also threw him away, and there was peace. But I tell myself a question: if they have discovered Jonah on time, they would not have lost their property. They would not have lost their goods. If what you know now, you knew it 10 years ago, your life would have been better than it is now. There are people you now know are your enemies, but 5 years ago, you thought they were your friends. There are things you know now that you didn't know years ago. I pray for the spirit of on time. Hey, the spirit of on time. You will marry on time. You will settle on time. You will arrive on time. You will occupy on time. If your amen is louder, take the blessing. I didn't come to Owerri to negotiate. I came with a general purpose machine gun. I came to Hero Square like a trailer without brake. Any sickness we see, we crush it. Poverty we see, we crush it. Less marriage, we crush it. I prophesy with my eyes open and with my eyes closed. Look at my eyes. Every one of you that has been tied by a strong man, tied by a strong woman, whether in the village, whether they kept it in the sea or kept it in the air, look at my eyes. I prophesy that case break today. Shato kapikato, shakota tika pila katela, rekoso parikataya. Take your seat. Confidence. What is confidence? Confidence is the combustion of exuberance and divine backing. Confidence is the combustion. Combustion is a combination. When this brings this. Confidence is a combustion of natural exuberance and divine backing. In other words, if God is backing a man and yet the man is not aware, he lives like a millipede. He lives like a lilliputian. If God is supporting a man and the man is not aware of that divine support, he lives in timidity, he lives in fear. But the day you know who is backing you up, the day you know who is standing by you, you move with springs under your legs, you move with audacity. Let me tell 5 people, God is backing me up. It was exuberance that was upon David. Let me tell you why the devil is angry with you. You see, there are 4 heavens. How many heavens? How many heavens? There is the heavens of heavens. That is where God lives. God dwells. Heavens of heavens. Then there is the starric heavens. There is the atmospheric heavens. When you look at the cloud, you see this thing you are seeing? It's called atmospheric heavens. That's the one you are seeing. Then there is the starric heavens. Then this earth you are seeing is heaven on its own. This earth represents a heaven. Okay. When God was in operation, then God lives in the heaven of heavens. That is where Satan was before. When he rebelled, 2/3 of the angels rebelled, followed him, and God cast him into the starric heavens. That's where he operates. Are you following me? That's where he resides. So what the devil did was that he had to quickly, reactively run to Adam to occupy the Eden that Adam operated in. Because Satan is looking for so much recruits against God. So he came to Eden, which was another heaven on this earth, which was a heaven, and he manipulated the serpent. The serpent was a full animal. It was beast. The Bible says in Genesis chapter 3 verse 1, the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the beast. It has hand and leg. Serpent you see today was like dog. You know the way dog has hand and leg. But as soon as God cursed it and said, you shall crawl on your stomach, the hand entered, the leg entered, it went flat and began. That's why serpent today crawls on the leg. Because God cursed it, took away the hand, took away the legs. That was the punishment for the snake world. Can you hear me? Are you following me at all? So Satan now reacted and came on the earth to beguile and deceive man. So God looked, what do I do? He sent a second Adam. In other words, you came and manipulated the first Adam, and through the sin of the first Adam, you lure people from me. So he sent a second Adam who came to this world, died, paid the price, and restored man back to God. The reason the enemy is hungry is because when man was restored, man was now restored to the heaven of heavens where God is. And the position that Satan occupied before, man now took that position. So the devil's anger is that man, that's why if he sees you, he hates you. Once you are born again, he hates you. Why? Because when you say, Jesus, I receive you, you are translated from darkness into the kingdom, the heaven of heavens. You are now seated with Christ, far above principalities, far above powers. So the anger of the devil is that you took his position. That is why he's reacting, he's angry, he's upset, he's after you with all that he has. And that is why you must be after him with all that you have. When Goliath looked at David, he said to David, he said, am I a dog? The confidence of David was what shocked Goliath. When he looked at David, David knew that the battle was not spear or sword, was not stone or shield. The battle was spiritual. That was why when Goliath came, Goliath cursed David in the name of his God. Goliath was just big. When I did a study on Goliath, I discovered Goliath could not move because of his size. It had ankle problem, knee problem, it had head problem. Goliath was sick because of his size. But the strength of Goliath that made him a champion was that he had the capacity to incantate more than all the soldiers of the Philistines. That was why he incantated and cursed David. Saul could not bring down Goliath because Saul was looking at the size. David brought down Goliath because David was looking at the spiritual. So when Goliath cursed David in the name of his God, David replied in the name of the Lord. David knew if we can handle the matter in the spirit, even stone and catapult can bring you down. The biggest battle is in the spirit. So when Saul looked at David and said, what is your confidence? Goliath, let me give you his CV, his credential. Goliath has been a warrior of battle since he was small. Goliath does not lose any battle. Number 3, Goliath's sword is bigger than you 10 times. Number 4, he's the captain of the army. And David said, since you want credential, let me give you credential. There was a time I kept my father's flocks, and the lion came. I caught the lion with my hand. Number 2, there was a time I kept my father's flocks. A bear came. I caught the bear with my hand. Number 3, the God that delivered me from the lion and the bear, he shall deliver me from this Goliath. What was speaking in David? It is called confidence. I come to prophesy. As you move with confidence, every battle of your life shall give way. I say shall give way. You don't serve a dead God. You serve a mighty God. He's the same yesterday. He's the same today. He's the same forever. When God says yes, no man can say no. When God lifts you up, no man can bring you down. God is on your side. Power is on your side. Glory is on your side. Lift the one shot fire. Take your seat. Somebody say confidence. I can't hear you. When people see you walking from now, they are wondering why. Your steps can confuse your enemies. Confidence is the immediate expression of impetus and misconfrontation. Impetus and misconfrontation. You are going through shaking and they see you talking like somebody who doesn't feel the pain. This country is going through shaking financially and some people are not aware. They are not aware. Because no matter the economy of the forest, the lion cannot eat grass. Their supply comes from the throne of grace. Confidence is supernatural, willful display of boldness and elimination of fear. Confidence is flagrant expression of divine purity and prudence. in the midst of impunity and impudence. When you are moving with a level of sagacity. Let me just move on and give you some confidence booster. Number one, when you want to operate in confidence, the first thing that gives you outstanding confidence is the fear of God. Tell 5 people the fear of God. Say that to 5 people. Say the fear of God. I can't hear you. Say the fear of God. Say the fear of God. Say the fear of God. In Proverbs 3, if you read verse 7, it says the fear of God is to depart from evil. In Proverbs 14, when you get back, read verse 26. He said, the fear of God shall be thy confidence. Nothing gives you confidence. Nothing gives you bravado like an unbridled fear for God. It helps you to face situations and you are not shaken. Isaiah chapter 59 verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. And is rising from the going down of the sun. For when the enemy shall come like a flood, the Spirit of God in Ecclesiastes 12:13, he said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, keep his commandments. This is the whole duty of man. In Psalm chapter 19 verse 9, he said the fear of the Lord is clean. To live a clean life is a proof you fear God. The fear of God is not about being scared of God, but to consider God before an action. It's not to be scared. If Jesus were here, will he do this? If Jesus were here, will he do this? How will God feel when I do this? The fear of God. Let me say this to everybody here. The life of iniquity is a waste of time. The life, what is sin? What is the definition of sin? Sin is eating the fruit and losing the garden. The definition of sin is eating the fruit and losing the garden. Anything you think you are enjoying in sin, what you've lost is more than what you gain. I told myself some time ago, years ago, that Satan won't tell me what to do. I will tell him what to do. It's an insult for the devil to suggest to me what to do. I should suggest. Instead of committing sin, start committing God. Until you turn, listen, your anger at sin is a proof of your hunger for God. It's not fasting, no. Fast for 1 year. Until you are angry at sin, you are not hungry for God. Carry your car and give to a church. Until you are angry at sin, you are not hungry for God. People go to the mountain. Some go to the valley. Some go and fast. Some do all kinds of things. But there's no deep anger. No anger at sin. Until you are angry at sin, you are not hungry for God. You are not hungry for God. The proof of your hunger for divinity is your anger at iniquity. I wish I was talking to anybody here. Look at Job. He said when they met Job, God, oh my God. When I saw this years ago, my heart was boiling. That God was so excited to talk twice. Satan came first time, God mentioned Job. Have you considered Job a great man? Can God boast about you? Just a car God tried you with. He has lost the car and lost you. Waste of investment. Just a car, one tiny car. God gave you. Arrogance entered. Pride set in. Just one lifting from God. Pride set in. Arrogance entered. So when the angels of heaven next time say, let's bless him, say no. It's a waste of investment. The last time we gave him a car, we lost the car, we lost his salvation. So let's keep him poor so he can make heaven. Let's leave him poor. You don't understand. Listen to to me, child of God. There are certain things that forms hunger for God. There are certain things that form. Psalm 63 from verse 1. Psalm 63 from verse 1. He says that my soul, oh God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee, for my soul longeth after thee. My flesh tested after thee, to see thee in a dry and thirsty land, when there is no water, to see thy power and thy glory, as I've seen in the sanctuary. Hear me and hear me well, child of the living God. Your value in the kingdom is your pursuit for purity.